Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Look at us. Random Monday. I don't like the Mondays. I'm rocking the Rams hat, the new one I got. You'll be seeing it all season for the NFL season. A little too close to the camera. Can't see I'm rocking the little hybrid of Nightmare Before Christmas and The Simpsons. Shout out. Just feeling like I'm ready for fall. I know it's not even August yet, but I'm ready for fall. But yeah, today we're going to dive into the sharpest NFL future bets. You probably saw that as a caption. I know it's only July 21st, so these lines are super early, but as a gambler, I have to jump ahead of the lines before they move. And it's actually my third year making videos talking about the NFL season, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I'm pretty sure my future predictions have been pretty good over the 3 years. It's my single bets when I give those out. Those tend to lose when I give them out, so I am curious to see how all these future bets play out. So once again, these are all going to be future bets for the upcoming 2025 NFL season. I know I just said it, but it's only July 21st, so these lines might move. These players might get hurt. Who knows what's going to happen? But, I've combed through the data, cross-checked some trends, and built a portfolio of picks that have leans and locks that I believe offer real value. A few sneaky bets. This breakdown isn't just about hunches. It's about some production, historical context, and if you're watching this, then you're probably like me and you're super ready for the NFL season to return. So, whether you're preparing your first future ticket or looking for some data, refining your betting strategy, let's get into the numbers. I do gotta say first though, if you are gambling, please gamble responsibly. I know I'm not sponsored by anybody, but I do want to sponsor that. Gamble responsibly. And if you have some sports books, I recommend shopping around. You're going to see I do have some values posted here with the stats. I did shop around and I locked in bets on 3 different sports books. I'm not going to say which ones they are unless you ask, because you'll notice some of the numbers and odds might vary by sports book, so definitely check one out near you. But let's kick things off with some leans. Let me pull those up here in a second. So the leans, these are bets I've circled but haven't locked in with full confidence. Part of gambling responsibly is stick to your units. I had a certain amount of units allocated for the year, for futures I should say, and I already locked in the picks I feel strongest about. So these first ones I'm pulling up, these are leans. Again, these are picks that I circled but didn't throw money on because I already used my units and I just want to talk about them. So let's start with the first one. Most passing yards by any quarterback under 4,950 yards. As you see here, I went back the last 4 years. The only reason why I went back 4 years, that's when they started doing 17-game schedule. As you saw, 2022, they had someone over 5,000, and 21 over 5,000. But it's been dropping down. And the highest individual prop, as you see down here, is Joe Burrow, 4,150 yards and a half. So if you really think someone, mainly Joe Burrow, can get to 4,950, I would throw money on his individual prop. The next highest is Patrick Mahomes at 4,000 and a half, exactly 4,000.5. So again, the trend is, I know it's 17 games, high offense, but I don't see a quarterback getting to 5,000 yards. It's only happened by 9 different quarterbacks. 15 times I think it was. Drew Brees did it 5 times, so it doesn't happen often a quarterback gets this high. But that's lean number 1. All right, lean number 2. Total individual 200 plus rush yard games. What this means is any running back, even quarterback, as long as they have 200 rush yards in a game, that'll count towards this. So I took over 1.5 because 2 words, Saquon and Henry. I guess that's 3 words if you count the and. But yeah, I think Saquon Barkley can get a 200-yard game, and same with Derrick Henry. Who knows? They both can get 2 by themselves. And historically, I know it's alternating. It was 2-1, 2-1, but I can see two games of 200 plus rush yards this year. That'll be exciting. Moving on to lean number 3. This is the first individual player prop. My boy Matthew Stafford over 3,700. Can't even talk. Getting too excited. 3,750 yards and a half. Now he's played with the Rams for 4 seasons. He covered this in 3 of the years. The 1 year he didn't, he only played in 9 games. But if he had played all 17, he was on pace to go over it. If he sat out that last game, he was on pace to be under by 40 yards in 16 games. So I think he's got 2 good weapons with Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. I think he's going to be passing a lot. I feel good about the Rams this year and their passing offense. So they got some good receiving running backs. So I think they'll be good this year. My next lean, this is probably the least serious pick I have. I just thought it was funny because I want to get you guys' take on it. It's Justin Fields passing yards. Now again, I used 3 different sports books. This number was different on all 3. This was the highest number I saw. 2,550 and a half. I mean, he's played 4 years. The most he ever had was 2,562. I guess the real question is how healthy will he be and how many games will he play? I listed all the games he played in his career here, 12, 15, 13, 10. So I think the real question is what's the over-under on his games played? Nah, the Rams are not overrated. I see that in the comments. That's why I got the Rams hat. Patriots, I think the Patriots will do pretty good this year. Danny Stone and I were going to make a video on our money pool, and I convinced him to take the Patriots. So spoiler alert. Thanks for tuning in, Danny Stone. Hope you saw I just gave out my lean about Matthew Stafford. I think he's going to go over. If you're just joining in, these are the picks that I didn't throw money on yet because I already have my money allocated elsewhere, and those will be the locked-in bets coming up here shortly. All right, next one. Now we're looking at rushing yards. Going back to our boy, same division of the Rams, Kyler Murray, over 475.5 rush yards. Now, he's only played 6 seasons. Ironically, he's only been healthy in half the seasons. The seasons where he's healthy flies over this number, and he's under it when he's not healthy. So if you take how many games he's played in rush yards, he averages over a 17-game season 624, so well over 150 of this. So I think as long as he stays healthy, which I think he can, I think he'll be running around a lot, and I think he can go over on this. Actually, the next 2 leans, which are the last 2 I have, are also rushing yards by a quarterback. First one being Josh Allen. You know, he actually broke the Madden curse, which I was kind of surprised about a couple years ago. But 450.5 yards. I know. They probably don't want the MVP throwing the ball so much. But he has gone over in 6 of his 7 seasons. He averages 591 a season. I mean, I don't even know outside of Shakir, the rookie last year, I don't know who he's throwing the ball to. I guess he got a couple tight ends, so I think he'll keep using his legs. I know they probably want him to stay healthy, but I think he runs too much. And again, he averages 591. That's 140 yards more a season than he averages. And the last lean I got here, Lamar Jackson. Again, another quarterback. Over 725.5 rush yards. Just like Allen, over in 6 of his 7 seasons. He only missed it in his rookie year where he's probably learning how to slide and not take so many hits. What I thought was interesting, 2 of his 7 seasons, he only played 12 games. So he was hurt and came out early, and yet he still went over this number. I mean, it's just crazy. He averages 881 a season. I think Lamar is just too good of a running quarterback. I know they have Derrick Henry back there, but he still sailed over this number last year. Actually, I could probably pull that up. Let me do that real quick. I thought ahead. I thought about what if I want to pull up the stats. So you know what? We're going to do it. We have technology. Yeah, this is just StatMuse, free to use. I mean, all this research is pretty easy. Let's see. So yeah, even with Derrick Henry last year, 915 yards. That's what I'm saying. I know he's got a good run defense or run attack, but he's still running the ball. I think I'm talking faster than normal today. This was a video I got extra prepared and excited for. So, all right, I actually have a little video I want to play before I give up my first bet, because if you've been following this channel, again, this is the 3rd season I've been covering this. There's one team that I never buy. Let me play this video real quick for you. I don't know why. I just don't believe in the Bengals. I just don't.
Joe Burrow's hurt. If it wasn't for that, I'd say you're out of your mind.
I think even Joe Burrow wasn't hurt if he's full healthy. I just don't believe in them.
I think you're out of your mind.
All right, quick shout out to Danny Stone. I know he's in the chat. Yeah, that was Danny Stone and I back in July or August of 2023 talking about the upcoming season. That was the first time we recorded. Oh, I found it here. August 27th, 2023. So that was the first year we covered. So that leans into the first bet I'm doing. I have Cincinnati Bengals to miss the playoffs at plus 125. Again, all 3 seasons, ever since I've been doing these videos, I just don't believe in the Bengals. So 2023, I said I don't buy them. What happened? They finished last in the AFC North. Then 2024, 9-8. Okay, cool. You beat the Browns twice. What? I don't believe in it, and I just don't have them getting above 500. You know, shout out Steelers. I got a lot of Steeler friends back home. You know, T.J. Watt got that massive deal. I mean, I think Steelers are always about 500 teams, so I think they can finish 3rd in the division again. I'm not buying them. Yeah, it was a good hunky. I love that the background voice we got there. But yeah, so again, these are the bets I locked in already. These are the ones I threw a unit, sometimes maybe a unit and a half on them. So these are the ones I did lock in. Bet number 2. Most interceptions thrown by any quarterback, under 17.5. I mean, if you look at it, yeah, 2023, one quarterback did go over, but honestly, quarterbacks don't go over this number, because if they're playing that bad, they're going to get benched. I just don't see a quarterback staying in if they're having that many interceptions. That 2023, I believe, if I recall, that was our boy, if you watch quarterback, I believe that was Kirk Cousins. Let's see here. 2023. Ooh, no, I was wrong. Sam Howell. He's not even a starter anymore. So, yeah, that was I don't know. I just don't think any quarterback's going to throw that many interceptions. If a quarterback's doing that bad, I think they're going to get benched. So, again, threw money on that. Let's see. Let's go to our next bet. This is all, again, locked in already. I know it's only July 21st, but I feel good about these. And who knows if the line moves. Could be in my favor or not in my favor. Most receiving touchdowns by any receiver, tight end. I probably should have thrown a running back too, but I have it over 13.5. If you look at the trends here, most was 17 last year by Jamar Chase. 2023, two receivers were really close, right at that 13 mark. And then going back 14, 16. And the asterisk, again, that's when the last 16 game season was. 18, 11, 15. So it just seems like receivers get over this number. So I'm buying it. Who knows? Could be. I think it'll be Devontae Adams. I think him and Puka are going to get 15 each. Stafford will get MVP. Sprinkle some money on that if you feel good about it. What's funny, though, is it kind of contradicts almost a little bit my next bet. Most receptions by any receiver, tight end, or I guess running back too, under 130. I mean, that's a lot. I know it's a pass-happy league, but that's a lot of catches for anyone to have. I put in here how many times the quarterback or receiver has gone over and what the highest was that year. So 127 last year by Chase, 135 in 2023, which was by CeeDee Lamb. And I get it. They have a healthy Dak Prescott, who was the quarterback at the time, but Cowboys have a new head coach this year, Brian Schottenheimer. And he prefers a run-first approach, and he lacks creativity in his plays. So, not saying CeeDee Lamb's going to have a bad season. I just don't see him getting 130-plus receptions. 22 was 128, 2020 127, and 21 that was just an anomaly year. You know, Cooper Kupp with that triple crown, 145. That is unbelievable. So, again, historically, not many receivers go over this number. I think before Cooper, it was Michael Thomas back when Drew Brees was tossing the ball because Drew Brees had a noodle arm and could only do checkdowns. So, thank you, Drew Brees and your noodle arm, for that. All right, moving along to the next bet. Longest field goal made by any kicker. I actually did this last year and I lost because it's 64.5, and in the last 10 seasons, there's only been 2 made field goals past this. Brandon Aubrey last year at 65, and Justin Tucker about 8-9 years ago at the 66. I mean, that's a far kick, and again, only 2 made field goals have gone over this number. So, yeah, you know what? Give us something to root for. If a kicker is lining up for 65 or more, I'm rooting against him. Unless it's my guy, Ethan Evans. So, or is he the punter? I can't remember. I'm so bad. 1 second. I gotta look that up. Ethan Evans, I think he's the punter that squats 700 pounds for the Rams. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I got the punter and the kicker mixed up. So, anyway, I think that was the last any player. So now we're gonna look at individual stats. Going over to here. Justin Herbert, I have him over 3,600.5 passing yards. Now, again, shop around. I've seen different sports books with different numbers, give or take 50, even 100 yards. But in his 5 career seasons, he's done over 4 times. The only time he didn't, he only played 13 games. But he was on pace to go over that number, whether he played 16 or 17. I like doing 16 or 17 because, again, a quarterback or any player could sit out the last game if they were good enough, and made the playoffs. So. And I'm actually feeling pretty good about the Chargers. How many uniforms? They got, I think, a different uniform for each week of the NFL season. So that's pretty impressive. I think they'll be good this year with all those uniforms. Now the next quarterback, Patty Mahomes. I mean, I'm worried Chris Collinsworth is going to be approaching this channel right now. I don't like Chris Collinsworth, but this number just seemed too low for me. I just don't understand it. So I think it was his 9th season, but he sat the first year. So 7 years as a starter, he's gone over 6 times. The only time he missed was last year, but barely, with only 122 yards. And again, if you look at a 7-year average as a starter, 4,581. That's way over this number. So, I don't know. Just seems like a no-brainer. And again, I think the Chargers will be better. So I think Mahomes, I don't even know if the Chiefs will win the division this year. Spoiler alert for our future divisions video, but I don't know. I think Mahomes will have to play every game. I don't know if that black magic will work next year, but you know, it kind of links into our next bet. Travis Kelce. Of all the bets I did, this one blew my mind. 650.5 yards. The lowest in 11 seasons is 823. And again, he's played 11 seasons and he's averaged over 11 seasons 1,104. Am I missing something? Unless it's they think the receivers are going to take all the targets from Kelce. I mean, there was talks or beliefs he might retire last year, but he didn't. So I think he wants to go out on top. I think even if he knows, you know, last year's Super Bowl loss was pretty brutal, I think he wants to still have a pretty dominant, good season this year. So I don't know. I just this number baffles me why it's so low. 2 more bets that I locked in here. Devon Achane. This is almost tied with Kelce for my favorite bet I made. Over 875.5 yards. Again, I saw this at 900 at some and 905, so check around your sports books. The reason with this one, he was a rookie in 2023. He only got 800 yards, but he only played in 11 games. And he only had, I can't remember the exact carries, but Raheem Mostert was the leading rusher with 1,000 yards. So if he was the lead rusher, he would have been way over this number. So let's look at last year. He had 907 yards, and guess what? Mostert was still on the team. Devon Achane only had 57% of the carries of the top 3 rushers, which was Achane, Delon Wright, who's a rookie, pretty fast guy, and Mostert. Well, Mostert is now in Vegas, so Achane is the lead guy. I can see him going over 1,000 with this, so I might sprinkle money on alternate props and take Achane over 1,000 yards. I think he's gonna sail over this number. So I did a unit and a half on this one. This and Kelce are my 2 favorites. So. All right, one more bet that I locked in. It's kind of a fun one. Chicago Bears team total under 399.5. So I actually did this last year. I think it was around the same number, but I think it was 389. They only had 310, so it wasn't even close. And the previous year is 360, 326, 311. And I get it. You can't really use those years because every season's different. They have a new quarterback, a new head coach. But let's just look at last year and this year combined. They're going to play the 26th hardest strength of schedule. To get this 399.5, they had to average 24.5 points a game. I just don't see them doing that. So last year, the 6 division games, they only averaged 19 points. And they're going to play those same 3 teams. I don't know. I just don't buy it. What kind of got me started with this was in 2023, that same video where I clipped that Dan and I talked about Joe Burrow. I had NFL team total for the whole year under 14,495.5 points. And that was way under. And I think DraftKings lost a lot of money by doing that. So now they don't do the whole NFL. They just do team total. So I do got to say again, bet responsibly. I'm going to pull up a recap real quick here. So these are the recaps. These are my leans. Again, these are picks that I feel good about, but didn't lock in because my units are my favorite bets, which are the bets I locked in. Definitely shop around your sports books. You never know what the odds might be, if they change, the values. I mean, I feel great about all these. So I can't wait for the NFL season. Here it is. I said July 21st. We just finished the MLB All-Star game, but all I'm going to do is talk football. And you know what? There's one I didn't put in here, but I just remembered. I do believe in the Madden curse. So Saquon Barkley, his current rushing prop on ESPN is 1,400.5 on ESPN. On June 2nd, I got locked in at 1,500.5. So I have 100 yards leeway. I believe in the Madden curse, unfortunately. I think Saquon, not saying they're a bad year, but he's not going to go over his rushing prop. So I got that Madden curse locked in already. But hey, you know what? That kind of wraps up the video for today. Thank you for checking it out. If there's any of these picks that resonate or spark your interest, let me know. I want to know what you're thinking. Are there some you like, some you didn't like? Did you change your mind on some? I know it's super early, so let me know which bets you're thinking. And who knows, maybe we'll do another video with other props coming up. But if you're new here, tap the subscribe button. As you will notice, most of my content comes out during the football season. And I have some exciting things planned this year. It's a long season. These lines will move, but hey, you know what? Let's beat the books together. Thank you for tuning in. One love.